Who's in the mood to get spooky? Yes, we're big fans of horror movies and scary TV shows around here, and even bigger fans of the frightening cars and trucks featured in them. So today we're counting down our 10 favorite creepy vehicles from movies and TV. Grab a wooden camshaft and maybe some garlic-scented motor oil, and let's creep in. Well, everybody remembers Cujo as the story of a rabid St. Bernard. The real star of the film is the trusty Ford Pinto and its dead battery that serves as a safe haven for the dog's poor victims. As a result of Cujo's sporadic and vicious attacks, the sense of stress and claustrophobia building inside that Ford econobox throughout the movie adds a major element to the suspense. Oh, and if you've got a Pinto, Summit Racing sells alternators in case you're worried about inadvertently making a sequel to this one. This one's a twofer. For starters, the Munster coach is a legit hot rod assembled by legendary movie car builder George Barris himself. It used 3 Model T Ford bodies and was powered by a Ford small block V8. Dragula was Grandpa Sam's front-engine dragster built using a real fiberglass coffin. Up front was a tombstone, and it's tough to miss the pipe organ-inspired zoomy headers. Well, these two aren't exactly the scariest rides on this list. They're both bona fide spooky classics. Director Sam Raimi has an affection for his first car, a classic Olds Delta 88. In fact, if you look closely, this GM sedan often makes small cameos in the movies he directs. And it all got started with a cult classic, The Evil Dead. Well, it was a minor role at first. The Olds came roaring back later in the Evil Dead series, culminating in its appearance in the 3rd installment, Army of Darkness, as the aptly named Death Coaster. As the second Stephen King movie on this list, Maximum Overdrive certainly didn't win any awards for its cinematography, or character development, or acting, but it was fun and memorable and had an amazing soundtrack. At the heart of this movie, of course, is the famous Green Goblin truck that torments the protagonist incessantly until it's destroyed by a rocket in the film's thrilling climax. This could very well be our favorite horror movie on this list. If you haven't seen John Carpenter's The Fog, then you definitely should. While the classic Ford doesn't play a massive role in the plot itself, it gets plenty of screen time, including a daring escape from the Antonio Bay weather station. And this movie is a classic car twofer as well, because we also love the drop-top Volkswagen thing that shuttles Adrienne Barbeau to and from her KAB Lighthouse radio station. Maybe it's the nostalgia talking, but we've got a soft spot for Phantasm. It's a pretty good horror sci-fi flick, and it easily makes our list here thanks to a classic Plymouth Pony car. While information on the exact movie car is sketchy, we're pretty sure it is the performance-oriented CUDA model and not just a Barracuda. If you look closely in a few scenes, you'll see the 440-6 badge on the hood nostril too. But who cares anyway? It's a super tough bit of Mopar muscle, and it makes a good movie even better. Honestly, we were torn between the Peterbilt Model 281 or the custom Lincoln Continental from the movie The Car, but Duel gets the nod here because, frankly, we think it's a better movie. After all, it is the flick that launched the career of a guy named Steven Spielberg. Despite its made-for-TV origins, Duel is a creepy, suspenseful treat, and the tension builds throughout the entire movie, culminating in an epic cliff-diving crash. Fun fact, Spielberg would later reuse the sound effect clip of that final crash sequence in his later movie Jaws. You'll hear it quietly in the background as the shark slowly floats to the seafloor after Brody blows it up. As part of the Grindhouse double feature, Death Proof is a throwback to classic 1970s horror flicks, and it stars a fleet of incredible cars, including a 1969 Dodge Charger, a Vanishing Point-inspired Challenger, and our favorite, the Chevy Nova that belongs to stuntman Mike's mother. Skull and crossbolts aside, our favorite part of the Nova is its angry duck hood ornament, a callback to the movie Convoy. If you like cars and horror movies, this one should be on your must-watch list. Sure, it needed some suspension work, and shocks, and brakes, brake pads, lining, steering box, transmission, rear end, maybe new rings, mufflers, and some wiring. But the Ecto-1 is about as iconic as you can get for a movie car. While it's based on a 1959 Cadillac chassis, the car is technically a Miller Meteor in reference to the company that did the ambulance conversion. As for its movie persona, the Ecto-1 has gone through several transformations, starting with Ecto-1A in Ghostbusters 2, but later movies have seen the Ectomobile outfitted with fun stuff like a gunner's seat and a remote-controlled drone trap. I mean, duh, right? What more needs to be said about Arnie's humble Plymouth? In fact, it's hard to see a late 1950s Plymouth Fury, or Belvedere for that matter, that hasn't been turned into a Christine tribute car nowadays. While there's plenty to like about the movie, particularly the special effects and the signature John Carpenter synthwave soundtrack mixed in with bubblegum oldies, we encourage you to read the Stephen King book that inspired it too, because it adds a lot more to the LeBay family story. All told, how much do we like Christine? It's perhaps the only time ever that we have cheered when a 1967 Camaro gets destroyed. Thanks, buddy. So, is our top 10 sufficiently spooky? Did we overlook some frighteningly fast or fearsome ride? Let us know if we need to resurrect this list in the comment section on this video. And in the meantime, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next Casual Fridays feature on the Summit Racing YouTube channel.